Okay, I think we are live, in theory. Yes, we're live. Welcome everyone to the first edition of the Starcraft 2 AI podcast. I'm joined by Mind Games
Hey guys.
and HJax,
Hello.
both bot makers on the ladder, uh, doing very well. But Mind Games just submitted a new update tonight, so hopefully going to be climbing the ladder into that top 8.
We will see.
Hey, good luck, man. Like you're doing pretty well. And Ace Jack's slightly further up the ladder, who is the author of our very first Java bot. So, how is Java development going?
I mean, the API is better than the C one, so
Yeah,
it's nice. It has more features.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely pretty good. I've not looked into it a lot myself at the moment, but so interestingly, is the one you've submitted for ProBots that you're working on? That's the Java one, correct?
No, it's the C one.
Oh, okay.
The Java one wasn't ready enough. Like, it was still kind of buggy, and I was like, I won't get out of my group. I'll just like crash or something terrible will happen.
Yeah, yeah. No, so that might be fun. So at least you'll be able to put the Java one in once you get into the round of 8, and then
I don't think I can actually.
can't you?
No, because the rules say I can't change more than some percentage of the code, and if I switch languages, I've changed every line of code.
Ah, yeah, okay. That might be a slight problem. But yeah. So you've been watching a lot of the Probot stuff?
Yeah, I've watched all of it.
Yeah. So which spots do you think is the biggest kind of like challenges at the moment to your crown?
Um, I don't know. Most of them are like kind of one tricks. Like most of the new bots are one tricks.
Yeah.
So like if I get into the round of 8, right, and I'm against like C bot or Yo bot or something like that that do the same thing every game, like I'm not afraid because like yeah, they're winning a lot, but like you can just counter the only strategy they know how to do, and then you're fine.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that quite a lot. I've actually been quite impressed with Seabot. I think that he has a lot of potential to kind of like change. But you know, your bot is obviously up there again with 2 wins, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, it might get cheesed out though. I don't actually know if it holds a 12 full drone pull, even one as sloppy as the one that Tier's third bot was doing.
Yeah. No, I know I've been having a bit of problems coding that myself. So Mind Games, you're sitting at 1-1 at the moment. Do you think you'll get out of the group?
I really don't know, man. I didn't really change a lot, so my bot was public for a long time. People could easily adapt to that strategies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, I went on vacation shortly before and during the tourney, so there was no time to actually work on it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get one in myself. I think the main problem was I was just too busy with everything else, so didn't really have a chance. Yeah, the last few days have been pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, have you seen any like big innovations in there that you didn't expect or anything?
Wait, me or him?
Either of you, go for it.
Mikubot's actually really cool, except it has no cheese defense code, so it's dying horribly to all the cheese bots.
Yeah. What?
But it beat 5 Minute Bot, and it like outplayed the heck out of 5 Minute Bot, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, the micro in there was absolutely fantastic. Like the splitting of the Reapers was crazy. I think that was the one that did the crazy splitting Reapers, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy split
Yeah.
Marines and crazy split Reapers. Like, oh, you have tanks? That's okay. I have Marines.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was really crazy. I love it. But yeah, I think that's got great potential if it gets into the round of 8 to actually do something cool. But yeah. Good luck to both of you anyway. Hopefully we'll see you both in the round of 8. Even if Mind Games did hideously take my position last tournament. Still not forgiving you for that, by the way.
I don't really remember. Didn't I go out in the first round?
No, I think
You made it to the round of 8, and then you played against 5 Minute Bot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, on the ladder, I'm sometimes winning against him now. So
Yeah, I think it's been a while since he's updated, so I get the feeling there might be a few more updates we'll see from him. because he needs to. I think he's outside of the top 8 by quite a way at the moment. So 5-minute bot's on 13:06, and there's a few more innovations we've seen. I've been really impressed with Reimu by Rosak. Some of them, he's got good micro and a good overall strategy, I think. He's sitting again just outside the top 8. Let me have a look here.
So that bot confuses the heck out of my bot. So my bot holds the push and it goes, I've held the push, time to make some drones. And then another push comes and it's like, I don't have units, and then it dies. So it'll like think it's winning. It'll be so sure it's winning, it'll be on like taking its 4th base, and then like wave 3 will come and kill it.
Yeah. I've been really impressed by it. And yeah, we've got 3-way lover up there. So at the moment, the qualifying bots, as it currently stands, would be Yobot, Tickles. Tier obviously is the same author, so we only allowed 1. Then there would be Cbot, Sarsabot, Blinkerbot, 3-way lover. Naughtybot again is a repeat author, so disqualified. There would be Micro Machine and HJax. I think you would just about squeak in there in your current position.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not updating that bot. If that bot makes it in top 8, can I submit the Java bot instead? Is that cheating?
If it's the same race, like under the rules, if you have a bot that is the same name and the same race, you could call it HJax AI and submit a Java bot, which will be perfectly legal.
Oh, okay. Well, my Java bot might have to put on some makeup and be like, yeah, I'm HJax AI.
Yeah, no, that's
Get a rubber
entirely
mask.
fine.
Okay, well, if the C bot somehow makes it and the Java one doesn't, although I'm convinced the Java one's better, it just needs time to gain rating.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's had a few problems with crashing, I think, but hopefully if you fix that.
Yeah, it should be fixed now.
It's won its last 3 games, so you know it's
And it
getting
beats
up there.
the worker rush bots now.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Mind Games, you got a fair climb. Think you can do it?
I got a what?
You got a fair climb if you want to get in. But you've just submitted another update, so hopefully, you never know.
Yeah, I think that the main problem currently is that there are not enough games played per day, maybe. So
yeah,
that's one thing I'm concerned about for my bot. Like, can it actually gain the rating points it needs in 2 weeks, even if it wins like 85% of its games? Like, will it go up fast enough?
I think so. Generally, I think like I've been doing an average that bots in a game play about 60 games a week if they're in there. So I think it should, if it wins enough, be able to climb up.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep updating it, so hopefully it won't be losing to anything silly.
Again, the issue we're having now is we've got so many bots on the ladder. I'll just do a quick...
I wouldn't call that an issue. I think it's great.
No, absolutely. I love it. It's amazing that so many people have actually got bots in there. It's fantastic. It's just a case of going with our current infrastructure. Hold on. Check on here. So there are currently 40 active bots on the ladder.
That is nice. Several.
Yeah, so just by comparison, at the end of Season 5 we had 12.
Yeah, I think when I joined it was around 15 or so.
Yeah.
And mostly the harder bots, I say to myself, that's the reason why I'm in Halo Hell, so...
It's a problem, isn't it? It's like... I guess the problem is a lot of people are doing cheese bots, which is fine, because that's something we have to code against. But it's just a case of trying to earn the right to play that macro game that you want to play, if you want to play that macro game.
I think my bot's getting pretty decent at defending cheese. At least it defends most of the silly stuff if it scouts it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's doing a lot better than it was at the start, definitely.
I don't think the C bot shares any code with the Rochelle and Ling bot.
Yeah.
Isn't Cbot? I think I've read in the Discord channel somewhere that he's set up machine learning stuff. And did I get it right? Do you know?
Cbot, I don't think so. I know one of them did. I'm not sure which one it was though.
No, it was maybe Sasa because Nike is heavily into machine learning currently, right?
Yes, SasaBot has some machine learning, and I believe MadBot does as well. I think they're the only two at the moment that are employing like real like machine learning techniques in there. I've actually been really impressed by MadBot. I've got a little bit of a love for him. I think I really hope he gets into the top 8, but I'm not sure if he will.
Yeah, it would be a pity if it's really all cheese.
It won't be all cheese. So where is MadBot now? He's sitting on 1250. He's only like about 50 elo points away from getting top 8. So, yeah. If Madman's out there listening, man, I'm pulling for you. Good luck. I'll give you a few easy games. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I think like we're getting to a point now where a lot of the cheeses are being caught. So hopefully, you know, we'll get a lot more diversity of tactics, and everything will be a lot better. Hopefully.
I mean, how many bots that don't cheese themselves actually exist? It's like Blinker bot, my bot, 5 Minute bot, and like Sarsa bot.
Yeah, I don't know, like
about it. Snowbot.
Snowbot definitely cheeses.
Or Spacebot. One of them doesn't cheese.
Okay, yeah, one of them doesn't. I think Foribot does.
I would say I don't cheese because I'm such a bad player. I don't really play Starcraft at all, so I have a hard time countering stuff and getting the information out of the game.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I have to admit that I'm a terrible gold player. I haven't actually played since you had the bug because I haven't sort of like updated my client.
I only play tower defense, so.
And here we have H-Jets, Grandmaster, who knows all the tactics.
Yeah, and I think that game masters really have the edge on everything. If you're a game master or know the game well and you know how to code, I don't think there is any chance for me to beat that.
I don't know. Like, it's always kind of like a way of thinking about stuff, and even if you don't know kind of like the best way to beat everything, you can watch a few pro replays and see how they do it and try and emulate that. And it's a lot easier to emulate that in a bot than it is to go on ladder and try and emulate it yourself, whereas it's like you've got a million things to think about. And I'm lucky to get my APM over 100, so it's yeah, just feel terrible for me, H-Jacks. We know. I'll hang my head in shame.
It's okay.
But yeah, I probably need to get in a bit more practice, but like I say, I haven't updated my client since the bug, so I haven't actually played for a few weeks. But yeah, I guess my actual Starcraft skills are going to be far eclipsed by my bot anytime soon. Unfortunately, my bot is currently derping around and doing lots of stupid stuff, which is why I've kind of like disabled it for the moment. But it'll get there. But yeah. So yeah, we're kind of like getting everything ready for the tournament at the moment. I've got some awesome t-shirts organised for everyone who gets in, and so like some other prizes that I'm still trying to negotiate. We may be able to get some gift cards for Steam or something, which might be fun. But we'll see about that. But yeah, so we need kind of like, do you have any suggestions for people who might be interested in doing some casting of the games at all, or anything like that? But
I mean, like people outside of our community.
yeah, I mean, like I don't know if you want to do some of it or people inside or outside. If there's anyone that's good at casting StarCraft 2 games, then that would be really cool.
You might be able to convince someone like Fear Dragon to do it if you ask nicely.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That'd be
Like even if
amazing.
it's just like the finals or something.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. But yeah, I might get in touch with him and see if we can figure out something like that. But yeah, the current plan is to hold games across 2 weeks, 2 weekends, doing like the first round of group games on one weekend and the next round of group games on the second weekend, and then do the final on the week after. But yeah, I saw last night that Probots were using the Matcherino site, so I don't know if we could possibly sign up and do something like that to increase the prize pool, which might be fun. But
I mean, I don't know if the prize pool, at least for this season, needs to be increased. 2 graphics cards is already like huge.
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
I know. I kind of feel bad because like I've not got a huge prize for the winner that's going to be above the prize for just getting first in the group, because like we could only really get 2 graphics cards. That's always that was on offer. Um, but yeah,
So how did it work out? Did you get in contact with them or?
yeah. I spoke to Matt Ruziak, who is currently on our Discord, and like he was kind of like, okay, I'll send it back, and then had a few kind of like email exchanges, and eventually I got them to confirm it. I still don't have the graphics cards here yet, but I'm on good authority that they are on their way, so that's good. Um, so yeah, the idea is basically we're just gonna stream all the games that are played in the groups, and I think like hopefully we'll get some really good games there. Looking at the looking at the bots that are on there at the moment, I think there's a good chance of getting some really nice games, as long as Tickles doesn't come in there. I know like Tier has two bots now in the top three, so hopefully he'll select Tier and not Tickles.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have to expect that he'll start just getting countered if he sends tickles.
Yeah, so hopefully. But yeah, so next season, the current plan at the moment is we're moving to a new website next season, which the Doctor has been developing. Uh, you can see it if you go to beta.sc2ai.net. It's currently up there. It's not actually active in terms of looking at the actual games, but it's just kind of like showing uh, the current state of the next site, if you like. Um, so we're planning to move to the new site. We want to kind of like I've been trying to speak with Google about trying to get some server space from there and see if we can run the games on the cloud, which would be a lot easier.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So the plan is to have the API provide the games, and then the ladder machines just connect to it and run them.
Yeah, yeah. Essentially, it's basically um, the way it works at the moment is that when the ladder loads up, it will generate matches, and then when they add a new bot, it will generate a bunch of matches for them. But it all does it locally without looking at the elo of the bots, and then it consults, and then it goes and queries the website to find out the elo, and if the next match would be outside the elo range, or if the bot has been disabled, it'll just skip the match. Now, a lot of people are complaining that this is slightly unfair to bots at the top end or the lower end of the spectrum, and I kind of agree. I know where they're coming from. The difficulty is that that's kind of like the easiest way to do it at the moment, and I just don't have the time to code something that's going to be a great replacement for it. Um, at least not before the end of this season. And I think that again, going back to this problem of you've always got you're not going to get enough matches in, and we don't really have the hardware to get everything running. at the moment at the speed that I would like. So that's one of the biggest problems I want to solve for Season 7. Because I want us to get us into a situation where we've got 100 bots and they all get like 20 games a day or whatever, which would be a crazy amount. Could you imagine 100 bots on the ladder? I'd have to go and authorize every single one of them, and that would be a hell of a task. But,
Oh god.
man. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get some kind of like server time from Google, or we can think of another explanation.
Yeah, I mean, if there is an API, you can easily do concurrent games. If there are multiple ladder machines which connect to the website, there is no reason not to run like 10 of them at the same time. But then, yeah, we would need to, I guess.
Yes, so the difficulty with that is that what I want to encourage as many learning bots as possible. So if you have a learning bot, they'll obviously have to store data, which means that after every single game, you'd have to upload that data to the server and then download that to the next, when the machine wants to run the next game, it'll have to download all that data. Now, if you run lots of concurrent machines, you'd have to make sure that in the first case that no bot is running on 2 different machines at the same time, else you'd end up with some kind of conflict there, or find a way to resolve that conflict without losing any data. And also to make sure that it always has the latest version of the learning data. So yeah, it's a technical challenge, but I think that I can probably get around it.
Yeah, as you already know, I'm working on a little project like this, and my idea was to generate a list of round-robin games on the server, and the connecting machines just take a game from this queue. And if you have this possibility, you can just tell the website to provide just one game or one bot at a time for a machine and wait till the result comes in.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, you need to exchange the data to all the machines.
Yeah, so I think it's something we can do. It's just a technical challenge of doing it. But yeah, no, I've actually been really impressed with your AI Arena project. How's that going on?
Well, I guess the website is now functional in regard of that you can register, upload, and activate your bot, and then the games are played automatically. The next thing I'm working on is security, because if you have everything automated and people upload a virus or something bad, yeah, it just fucks up the whole machine. So that's now the main thing I'm working on.
Yeah, no, I know that problem very well.
I guess, yeah. I maybe will try to create containers for every round, but this will raise the time the game gets actually into play, so I need really to think about it.
Yeah. For me, I just run it on an entirely isolated machine on a VM, and then sort of like check it to make sure there's no viruses, it's not making any nasty network connections or anything like that. And then
Yeah, but even restoring that machine takes time, and you have to watch it, and
oh yeah,
so
exactly.
If you have a throwback VM or container, then yeah, that would be a nice approach, I guess. But still, the exchange of data and the time it takes to run and pack the virtual machine on the fly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of an impossible problem to solve, though, right? Like, how can you decide if some random binary I give you is mining Bitcoin versus like actually doing AI stuff, right?
Well, for starters, you will not have access to the internet from the machine, and the CPU is limited, so it doesn't really make sense. Even if you try it once, it won't work. If you get a crash out of it or the bot is not running, it will be automatically disabled or even banned from the machine. So,
but like if you ban a bot from crashing, like half the ladder is banned, at least, maybe more.
Okay, maybe not like crashing, but if it doesn't even try to launch Starcraft, then that might be a point to look at. But I'm with you. It's still, everything is a big draft, and it's hard. Security is always hard.
Oh yeah. No, I know it's been something that I constantly have to think about, and like we're still pretty new. Like we're still like I think we've been going just over a year now on the site. I think we just passed our year's birthday, so everything is still fairly new as far as all this
I
goes.
don't even know if I should tell this, but as we now found out that it's easy to add Python modules to your bot, so you can bring your own stuff. You could even, if you're really into it, you could change the memory of the opponent and make him derp out or give him false data. It's possible. I played around with it and created a small POC, so it's really doable. It's just hard to find out if it's done and what you can do about it.
Yeah. So a lot of this is like I'll trust the people that kind of like submit bots, and like there is a certain level of trust there. And yes, the security that I have while I do my best is not 100% secure, so I'll keep open on it. But I think the difficulty is as well that up until kind of this season, everything has just been for fun, having a laugh, playing around. Now we've got actual prizes and money at stake. Like people are taking it a lot more seriously, which I like. It's a good thing. It's just the case of like we have to step up our game and become a bit more kind of like careful and professional about what we do, and that's a challenge that I'm probably going to take up. So yeah, hopefully everything will start to improve. But yeah. So anyway, I think we've been going about half an hour. I think we've got everything talked about I want to say. Is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Let me look at the agenda. So, future funding. So you're planning to have regular tournaments, or is it funding in regard of the game site or the whole project?
So it's more the whole project. Like, so yeah, it's something that I want to talk about a bit because I know a lot of people have been offering kind of like to send money or whatever. At the moment, we're running on a very much shoestring budget. Literally, all that's costing me is a bit of electricity for the ladder machine and a bit of hosting, and that's about it. So I don't want to accept a lot of money from people and like make it into something where I'm going to have to manage kind of like accounts and everything like that. But things are going to have to, again, going back to this point of we've had this explosion in bots. We're now offering a lot more prize money for the tournaments, so we're going to have to become more professional. We're going to have to step up a lot of other things. So this is going to change at some point. It's just a case of I want to be able to fund this not just through my own pocket entirely, but I don't want kind of like to turn this into some big, massive, multi-$1,000 project or whatever. So yeah, is it possible that it might get to a kind of like something like Patreon or something like that in the future? But I'm still trying to work out exactly how that's going to work.
I think the biggest issue is really the ladder machine, which is bound to be run on Windows currently, at least.
Yeah.
Because if that wouldn't be the case, I have some servers available, and we tried it already. So
no, I really appreciate everything you've been doing. It's been great. It's just a case of like, I got to be fair to Blizzard. They actually support the community and they do eventually fix bugs that we put out there. And I know there are a lot of people working hard on this, so I don't want to rag them out. But like bugs like the Linux bug and the client bug, I don't get the sense that they're going to be top priority for them. We'll probably get the Windows bug where it's the two black screens bug fixed, hopefully pretty soon. But certainly I think this project is taking a low priority for them, and I get the sense that the Linux sort of like client will take an even lower priority. So I don't want to kind of like say, let's run it all on Linux. We'll wait until the bug's fixed when that could be an unknown length.
No. I know that's not the case, and we can't really wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
Especially because we don't even know if it's really their fault currently, or if there is a reason or a possibility to change it on our side. It's just a stupid error, and nobody has time to really take a look into it.
Yeah, I know I've been really busy, so I haven't been able to really go through it. It might be worth us just kind of like, because I know Laddie posted to me a very simple repro for that.
Yeah.
It might be worth going through that and trying playing around with various different kind of features and see if we can fix that at some point. But yeah, I honestly, if it is a Blizzard bug that we can't do anything about, I don't have a lot of faith in it being fixed in a reasonable period of time. So yeah, hopefully, I say going back to the whole funding issue, I mean, I'm going to be thinking about it. It is something we need to look at, but I don't want it to be a case of us handling and turning it into a business and all this kind of stuff that goes with that. I want to keep it as a hobby project. It is
Yeah.
pretty much my own hobby project.
Yeah, it should make fun, and that's all about it.
Exactly. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much that's everything I wanted to talk about. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to mention, which I was going to mention. So the bots that are, oh, actually, no, I was going to go through the bots that aren't qualified for the tournament, but there is a slight issue with that. I'm going to go through that later and I will post that in Discord. So that's okay. But yeah, so everything's good. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope this has been fun and informative for everyone. It's something I want to do kind of like quite regularly, I think, if you guys are up for it, or if anyone else out there on Discord wants to come and join us for an episode or something, then let me know and we'll get you in and it'll be good fun. But
And
cool.
definitely get more bot authors. Like especially if it's like before a tournament or something. Like it'd be fun to get like once we know the two group winners, right, for the ladder tournament, it'd be fun to get whoever those two people are in a call together and have them chat.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I'll definitely do. I'll put it as a requirement for the tournament, actually, that you're going to have to come on the podcast.
Oh, that would be great.
Cool. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, and I'll be back next week, hopefully. All right, see you guys. Thank you very much for joining
Yeah.
us. Bye.
Goodbye.